Hello friends. In last session, we have seen what are the different options we are having in Tableau Workspace. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the file types and the difference between dimensions and measures, continuous fields and discrete fields, and the how we are going to organize our data which is available in our data menu on our data window, and how we can create a hierarchies. Right? Let's start with the Tableau file types. We are having different file types in our Tableau. First one is .tds called Tableau data source. Second one is .tdsx Tableau package data source, and third one is .tbm means Tableau bookmark, and next one is a .twb called Tableau workbook, and next one is twbx Tableau package workbook, and last one is .tde or .hyper. Okay, it's we will call it as a this is a Tableau data extract. So these are the file types which we are having in Tableau. And what we get, TDS means Tableau data source, Tableau package, Tableau workbook, Tableau workbook, Tableau package workbook, Tableau data extract. Now we are going to see what all are the what is the use of saving this one. Like for example, what I'm trying to say here is like, what is the difference between TDS and TDSX? Means these two options will come whenever we are going to save this Tableau data source. Okay, Tableau BM means whenever we are going to bookmark our sheet, we will get a TBM option, and TWB and TWBX will get when we are going to save this workbook. Okay, and TDE.hyper is whenever we are creating an extract file, that time we will get these options. Okay, we will see one by one. Now initially starting, we are going to see the difference between TDS and TDSX, means Tableau data source and Tableau package data source. Now I am going to clear the screen. Now to see the difference between TDS and TDSX file, I have created a one Excel file. So the Excel file is this one, means ID and Krishna. We are having only two rows in this, two columns and two rows. Let's go to Tableau. Now how to save this data source first. So to save the data source in your local machine, what you have to do is you have to right click on this data source and go to add to save data sources. So once you'll click on add to save data sources, automatically it will save in Tableau my repository and data sources. So if you want to see the file path, see this is the file path, my Tableau repository data sources. So we are in data sources folder. Now I am going to save in this location only. Why I am saying in this location only? If you'll save the data sources in Tableau repository location, then it will be available in your workbook under my saved data source section. If you are not saving this in data sources folder, it will not be available for your under your saved data sources. We will see the difference also. Now I am going to save TDS. I am going to save this one as a TDS. Okay, I am clicking on save. Same thing, what again I am going to do is I am going to again saving this file. See here, file type, I am going to give TDSX. Here it is available, save as a file type. By default it will display the TDS. Earlier file which we have saved, this is the TDS file. See, you can see Tableau data source, the file extension is Tableau data source. Right now I am going to choose another file type that is called as a TDSX, Tableau Package Data Source. Okay, now I am clicking on save. Again, to show means just now I told you, right? So if we'll save the data sources in your data source folder, then it will be available under Tableau saved data sources. If we are not saving in another folders, it won't be available. Now we'll see that one also. Now again I am going to save this one. To say that, now I am going to select the another folder, union. So here I am going to save as a TDS, save it, and again I am going to save this file as a hyphen TDSX, and here I am going to select a TDSX file format. Let's save this one. Now let's go to workbook. In this workbook, as I said, we can see those things in the my saved data sources. How to see where we can see the saved data sources? As in the first class we have seen, okay, it will be available in under my saved data source. Let's go there. Now how to go? If you want to, if you once you will click on this show start page, it will go to navigate to the connection page, right? So let's click on it. Now here we can see saved data sources. After Tableau server option, we can see saved data sources. Now you can see Tableau data source files, whichever we have saved now. Now we are going to see the difference between both. Okay. Now before that, what I am going to do is I am going to close this data source connection. For closing, right click on this and close the data source connection. Now I am going back to show start page. Now I am clicking on this saved data source. Once you click on this saved data source, now it is available. It is available. Now you can drag this field to see the data. Now you can see data is available once you will connect to the TDS file. Again, I am going to, I am clicking on this start page and I am going to select TDSX. Now here TDSX file also I am going to create another sheet. You can see the data in both the TDS file and TDSX file. Then what is the exact difference between these? Right? We have to see the difference, right? So before that, what I'm going to say is in the data source, in the TDS file, what it contains means it contains the information, the connection information. Connection information means this is the, let me see, this is the connection information, means edit location. See here, this is the path it will contains, means from where we are getting the data, what is the file format and everything it will contains the TDS file. And also it will contains the information, like if you have any calculations or any groups or any bins you have created, means whatever the custom fields you have created in your data set, those will be also be available in that .tds file. And also it contains the default file properties like number formats, aggregations, and sorting options, everything it will contains. But what TDSX file will contain? Now apart all these options, TDSX file will contains the, along with connection information, it contains the data also. TDS file will not contains the data, but TDSX file will contains the data. Now we'll see the difference. How we have to see the difference? We have to remove the data source which we have connected. Now let's go here. Let's go to union. My file location is here, right? Now what I am going to do is I am going to delete this one. I am going to delete this file. Now it's already opened, so I have to close this one. Let's delete, try again. Now I don't have a file in my mission. Now let's go to your Tableau workbook. Now let's connect it again. Now what I'm going to do is I am closing both the connections. Okay, let's click on close. Let's okay. Now I am going back to start page. See here, still the data sources is available here, TDS and TDSX. First, let's connect to TDS file. Once you will click on TDS file, it will go to our workspace. Now, have you guys observed any difference? Yes, we have observed the difference. After this data source name, we can see one red escalation mark. Means there is an issue. Wherever you will see in the Tableau workspace, after this data source name, after this column names, that is saying there is an error. Now let's keep mouse cursor on top of this. It will show one message. Here the message is there was a problem connecting to the data source. Try editing the data source. It is saying there is an issue to connect to the data source, right? Now let's drag a field. Now you guys can see could not find the reference file, means it is saying file is missing. As I said earlier, it contains the everything, means it contains the connection information. Now connection information is there, that's why till here it came, means till Tableau workspace it was showing, right? It contains the Tableau information and groups, sets. If you are having any groups, sets, calculated fields, bins, etc., whatever custom fields, if you have, those will be also available under this data tab. And also if file properties like number, formats, or anything, whatever you have done, right, those will be also available. But Tableau data source is showing error, means see here the Tableau could not connect to the data source, bad connection. Now let's connect to the another file called .tdsx. Now let's click on it. Let's click on this TDSX file. Once you will click on it, now you guys can see there is a no error after this file type. Now let me drag a little bit more. Now you can see there is a no error for this. If you drag these columns, now you can get the data. Is it clear now? Now you got the difference. The main difference between TDS and TDSX is TDS will not holds the data. It will holds the connection information along with the fields which we have created, means custom fields, and also it will holds the information like properties. And the TDSX will, along with all these, TDSX will holds the information, means it holds the data also. So this is the main difference between TDS and TDSX files. What is the use of saving TDS file and TDSX file? For example, if you want to save your data set with some another person, you have created a one data set and you want to save. Now if you have saved as a TDS file, after you sharing also, if your colleague will try to open the TDS file, like how you can save, right? So whichever the file, it will be available under data sources. Let me go to data sources. Here the file is available, right? This file you can share through mail or through any shared location. So once he will upload it, what he will do is he will download and he will open this file. Once he will open this file, what it will show? It will show the file is missing, or if he has a file in the same location, means whichever the Excel file we have created, right? If he has that file in the same location under data sources, then he can able to open, right? If he has a file, why we need to share? No need, right? So the file format, he cannot open this file, TDS file, because it will show like file is missing. Once he will try to open, what it will do is it will search for that Excel file where it is located. So he cannot able to work on this TDS file if you are sharing with anyone also. If you will share the TDSX file, this file, if he is not having that data set in his machine also, directly he can open it and he can work on it, because it includes the tdsx file includes the data set also, means the data also it includes. So now directly he can create the visualization whatever he want. This is the main difference between TDS file and TDSX file. I hope you guys are clear. Now let's see the Tableau bookmark. Let's go to Tableau desktop again. I am closing this unnecessary data source now. Now, how to save anything as a bookmark? What is the use of bookmarks? Okay, if you will save any bookmark, right? So what you can do is you can share with anyone, or you can reuse that Tableau bookmark in any other of another workbooks which you are going to create. Means it is a reusable component, we can say. Now, for example, how to save this sheet as a bookmark? Now, to bookmark this page, we have to go to Windows menu, and from once we'll click on Windows, we have an option called bookmarks. Let's click on bookmarks, and once we will choose this bookmarks, we will see create a bookmark. Once we'll click on a create bookmark, it will directly go to my Tableau repository under bookmarks. Now you have to give name for your bookmarks. Now I am going to give sample bookmark. See, you can see the file type as a t.tbm. We don't have any other file formats, file extensions. We are having only one file type, that is called as a .tbm, right? I am clicking on save. Now I am clicking on Tableau dashboard. Now I am dragging this sheet. Now I am going to click on bookmark. See here, you don't have a option called create a bookmark. What I am trying to say here is like we can create a bookmarks on the worksheet level, not in the dashboard level. Only in worksheets we can create a bookmark, not on the dashboards, right? Now let's go to worksheet. Now we have created a one Tableau bookmark. Now let's go to my Tableau repository. See here under bookmarks, we can see sample, right? You can see the type Tableau bookmark. Now, for example, I am going to work on a, let me open another workbook. Okay, as I said, like this bookmark is a reusable component. I can use it in different reports. Now, for example, I have connected to one data source. Let me connect to any other data source. Let me connect to data sources 2020.1. I am going to connect this Excel file. Yes, now I'm dragging the orders. Now let's go to worksheet. Now I am in here. I am developing something. I want to get that someone is see, one of my colleague also created that report by using the same data source. Now I want to use that same graph in my workbook. Now what you can do is once he will share that TBM file with you, what you can do is you have to click on file, just click on open. Once you will click on open, you have to go to bookmarks and you have to select the bookmark file whichever your colleague shared and click on open. Now you guys can see that graph will be available in your Tableau environment and it will create a same data source, right? So it will create a data source also. But if you want to use only single data source, you can, what you have to do is you have to replace this data source. So we will see those replacing data sources and everything in future classes. As of now, let's think only about the bookmark perspective, how bookmarks will work. I hope you guys are clear about this Tableau bookmarks, right? Now we'll see difference between .twb and twbx. Okay, let's close this connection. Okay, fine. Here TWB is like it's a uh, one work whenever you are saving any workbook, right? So that will it will allow to save as like TWB or TWBX file. So we are going to see the difference between both. Now I am going to save this file. For example, I have created a one report. So now as we have discussed, right, TDS and TDS file, there is a same similarities for these two also. Okay. Now let me save this file. How to save this workbook? So what you have to do is you have to go to file menu and click on save or save as, or else you have to click on save button. Now what I am going to do is I am going to click on save as, and here I am going to save my workbook with the name of TWB, and the file type, save as a file type, right? Here you can see TWB and TWBX. I am going to select the TWB and clicking on save. Once you click on, it will be saved in your local machine. Now I am going to save another workbook, another, by clicking save as, and here I am going to TWBX and I am going to save as a TWBX file type. Let's save it. Now what is the difference between both? Before seeing that, before going to discuss the difference between both, I want to show one thing in the location. Here you can see the size of these files, right? TWB file size is 56 KB and TWBX file size is 1193 KB, almost 1 MB, right? See, the difference is like the TWB file will not includes the background images and custom geocodings, custom shapes, and another things, data. It will not include. What it includes means TWB file. The TWB file will includes the connection information. It will holds the connection information. That's it. And coming to TWBX file, along with the connection information, it holds the data and if you have used any background images and custom shapes or any another different kind of things whichever you have made, all this information will be saved in a TWBX file. The TWBX file is like it is a one packaged file, and TWB file is a XML file. Okay, now we'll see the difference. Now we have saved two things. Now if you want to save this TWB file, for example, let me give one example. For example, you are working for a few if you are working for a one client, so this client is having a lot of users, right? Now you haven't published this workbook to server, so you have client, the business user asked you to send a Tableau workbook to him. Then what kind of workbook you are going to send, either TWB file or TWBX file? If you send a TWB file, he cannot able to open it because the data source is, he is not having a data source with him. If he is having a data source, he can open it, right? If like TDS, if you'll save a TDS, he is not able to open, right? Same way, if you give TWB file, he cannot open it. If you provide a TWBX file, he can open it in his machine and he can see the report which you have created, right? The TWBX file will includes, along with the connection information, it will includes the data also. So now the difference you can see by looking at the size only, right? Now for this data sources, if you go to data sources also, sheet 1, sheet 2, TDS, TDSX also, you can see it has a 4 KB and it has a 8 KB. Why it has a 8 KB means it includes the data which were having in that Excel file, right? So this is the difference between the TWB file and TWBX file. If you are going to share with any other any of your other colleagues, or if you want to share with anyone, so you have to save that report as a .twbx file. If you save .twb file, there is a no use for the another user. Okay, this is the difference between twb file and twbx file. Now we are going to see another file type called .tde or .hyper. See, in the earlier versions, we will be having a .tde file extension. So when we will get the .tde and .hyper extensions, these file types will be available when you are creating an extract file. Okay, we'll see how we can create extract when we will get those file types. Now let me open the Tableau. Now we are here. Now to create an extract, what you have to do is you have to right click on this data source and click on extract data. Once you'll click on extract data, it will open up one window. I think if you guys have seen this my another video, you might be knowing all these options. Otherwise, I will explain you in the later session, guys. Okay. Now let's click on a extract. Once you click on a extract, it will ask you where you want to save this extract file. Okay, now it will open up. So already it's created. Okay, fine. Now let me go to another file. Okay, here we are having one, right? Now tdsx file local copy. Okay, no guys, let me connect to another file which we are having. Okay, because it's already created extract file, so that's why it is not asking where we can save it. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am closing this connection. Let's click on OK. Now I am going to create a new data source. Let's go to Microsoft Excel. Now let's go to Union. Here I think, yeah, we'll use this one for just for now. Okay, now let's drag a February 2020. Now let's go to sheet. Now what I am doing is I am going to create an extract data. Now let's click on extract. Now it will, okay, it is not at all opening. Why it should ask to save? Okay, okay, now let's go to this data source file. Data sources, we have to go to data sources. Under data sources we'll be having, one second guys, where it is saving. So 960 KB 26th. Okay, it's almost 25th. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so I don't know where it is saying. One second guys, it should ask where to save. Let's click on this one. Let's click on okay, properties. Database. Okay, .hyper. You guys can see like this is the right sample Lenovo documents my Tableau repository bookmarks .twtw federal .hyper. So it is saved in this location. Okay, let's copy this location. Let's go here, my documents. Now let's click here. Okay, this is the location. This is the not the location here. Oh, it is open. Let's go to bookmarks. Under bookmarks, twb files here. Yeah, so this is the extract which you have created. Now you can see the time also. So these are the extracts. Now see, it is a Tableau extract, right? So this is a file type. Means the file type, like in the earlier versions, the difference between TDE Hyper means both were the extracts, but in the earlier versions we are having .tde file type. But in the latest versions, we are having a dot hyper. Why they have replaced dot TDE with hyper means hyper will be having 100x faster than the TDE files. Means they have improved the performance. So and they have improved the performance and they have renamed the file type name as well, yeah, also as dot hyper. For example, if you have created a extract file with the extension of dot hyper, then you cannot open that extract file in the older versions. Means which Tableau will not support those hyper files like 2000, like earlier versions before earlier 2019 versions. So you cannot able to open those file formats. So this is a Tableau data extract. Means like whenever you are creating an extract file, so that time these file types will come either .tde or .tdxx. Let me open Tableau 2019 point or 2019 no latest 10.4 which I am having in my computer. Let's go to my computer. We'll see there it will ask or not. It should ask here. So I think some settings got changed. Yeah, Tableau. Oh, 2019.4 version I'm having. Let's open it. Let me close this. See, you can see here dot hyper, right? File format. Let me close this one also, not required. Let me close everything. Let me open Tableau 2019.4. Once again, guys, let it open. And now we have opened a 2019.4 version. Now let me connect to the Microsoft Excel, because why as per my assumption, right, already we have a extract files with the same name, so that's why it is not asking where to save. So let me open again this one file. So now I am going to drag February 2020. Let's go to sheet. Now I am going to create an extract. See, now let me create extract. Now you guys can observe here screen, it is asking where you have to save. See, if you see the Tableau file type, you can save only one option, that is called a hyper. As I said, like in the earlier versions, you guys can see it is a .tde. Instead of hyper, you can see .tde. See, both were TDE and hyper, both were the Tableau data extract file extensions. But the hyper is the latest one which they have improved the performance. It is a 100x faster than the TDE file. Okay, in latest version, whichever the version you will take, latest version after 2019, so you will get dot hyper only. Okay, don't think about dot TDE now. Dot hyper is the latest one. This is the data extract file extension type. Okay, if you want, you can save it anywhere, wherever you want. Okay, so let's click on save. So now this extract file, you can save it with anyone for reusing purpose. If you'll share with anyone, they can use this data set for their analysis purpose. So this is the all about file extension types, means Tableau file types. Now we will see what is a dimension and what is a measure. Now I am closing this connection. I am going to connect to sample superstore which Tableau provided.
let's orders. Let's go to sheet. Now you guys can observe here under data window, under data tab. Automatically what Tableau will do is Tableau will find out the whether it is a dimension or measure based on the data which that database column holds. Now category holds the text information, so that's why it treated as a dimension, and whichever the fields will hold the numerical data, then it will treat as a measures, right? You guys must be having one doubt here. The customer ID, the customer ID is a, let's drag this customer ID, it's a number, it's a combination, right? Let me close this one. Let's see another types. Let me remove this one. I am going to drag order ID, product ID, row ID. Okay, let's drag a row ID. I think row ID, yeah, row ID is a number. You guys might be having doubt like why Tableau treated this one as a dimension, right? See, as per Tableau, it is treating it is a non-aggregative value. Means if you do the sum or average or whatever you want to do aggregations, the row you will not get any meaningful information, right? So if you want, if for example, if Tableau is not able to recognize like whether it is a dimension or measure, what you can do is you can convert this one into a measure. But 99% 9% 99.9% Tableau will recognizes the fields which will come under dimensions or which will come under measures, right? If in case it is not able to find, then you can convert those fields into dimensions and measures, vice versa, whichever the way you want. Okay, now I am going to close. Now we'll see what is a dimension. The dimension is a non-aggregative value, means by using the dimensions we cannot able to do any aggregations. Okay, means whichever the fields we cannot able to aggregate the data, those we will call it as a dimensions. Okay, dimensions will be shown in a blue color. Blue color, you guys can see here, this is a blue color. So all the dimensions will be shown in a blue color. And what is a measure? Measures is a aggregative values. Means by using the measures we can do lot of things, like we can create a average or we can create a sum, we can do anything whichever we can require. What we can say, measures are a aggregative values. For example, if you drag this sales into your rows, automatically it will show the data. Let me drag this one. So it is a sum, right? By default aggregation in Tableau is a sum, means it is a aggregative value. For example, if you want to save instead of sales, you can say sum of sales. If you want to do any change, you can go and you can change the, say this is a average of the sum. So what we can do is, what I am trying to say here is, it is a aggregative data, means we can made any kind of aggregations. We, if you want, we can do it. Okay, in simple we can say all the like customer names, for example customer names, order dates, and a region, and those kind of things will come under to a dimensions. And the sales, profit, and any other kind of fields which contains the aggregative values, those will come under to a measures. So this is the difference between dimensions and measures. So, and here it is displaying with a different colors. You guys can see different colors, right? So blue colors indicates it is a dimension, and the green colors represents it's a measures. Okay, now we can see this is, we can see we can say blue ones is a dimensions, green ones is a measures, and we are having another. So this is all about dimensions and measures. Now we are going to learn another topic, the continuous fields. Means continuous and discretes. What is the difference between continuous and discrete fields? Actually, Tableau represents data differently in the view depending on whether the field is a discrete or continuous. Okay, we will see the main difference between continuous and discrete here now. See, the discrete fields will generate the headers of these columns or rows, and the continuous fields will generate the axis. Now we'll see. Now this is a discrete field, right? All the blue color fields will be the discrete fields. All green color fields are the continuous fields. Now let me drag this region into my rows. Now you guys can observe. Sorry guys, let me clear the sheet before that. Now I am going to add region. Now you guys can observe it is a blue color. Region is having blue color, means it is a discrete field, we can say. As I said, like discrete fields will create the headers, means heading for that column or row. If you'll go to columns, you guys can see this is a header. Okay, this is a discrete fields. Now let me drag this cells into my column shelf. Now you guys can observe it is the, okay, let me remove this cells. Now region is there, right? This is a discrete. Now if you want to convert this one, is it possible to convert to continuous? Yes, it is possible. Now you guys can see, sorry, only measures we can able to convert. Now I am going to remove this field. Now let me convert, let me drag cells into my rows. Now you guys can see it, whenever you drag any measure, means green fields, whichever is having green color, if you drag those fields into your visualization, what it will do means it will create a one axis. This is called as a continuous fields. Discrete fields will not generate the axis, it will generate the column heading or row headings. But if you drag any continuous fields, what it will do, it will generate the axis. So this is the difference between continuous and discrete. Now you can change the measures from continuous to discrete and discrete to continuous. Now for example, what I am going to do is I am going to change this from continuous to discrete. Now this is the continuous, it generates the axis. Once you will convert into a discrete, what will happen? It is not going to be, the green color is going to be blue and it's not going to show the axis. Let's me click on discrete. Now you guys can see it's generated the heading, but there is a no axis, and also you can see the color of this field also changed. It's changed into a discrete. Now let me show some difference. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to create a one visualization. Now I am going to drag, it is a discrete field, and I am going to use quantity into a columns. Now you guys can see it is a, now what happened, the quantity is generated axis because it is a continuous field and we are having one discrete field. Discrete, as we discussed, discrete field will generate the columns, means headings, right? So this is the column, and the quantity, the continuous fields will generate the axis. So this is the axis which the quantity column generated. Now what I am going to do is I am going to create another sheet. In this same I am going to use I am going to drag region and I am going to use quantity. But instead of continuous field, I am going to convert this one into a discrete. Now let me change into a discrete. Now you guys can observe. See, now it is a 2. It is a generated into a individual data points. But here access is there. Means what you can say, the data is flowing from one point to another point. Data is flowing from one point to another point. Here the data is not flowing from one point to another point. It is a individual, right? So let me drag this one in. Okay, let me drag to here. Now you can see the central region is having this much quantity, east region having this much quantity, south, west. So this is now data is constant, means data we don't have a access. We don't have a access. So this is the difference between continuous fields and discrete fields. You can change the continuous fields from discrete to continuous and continuous to discrete, but dimensions you cannot able to change from discrete to continuous and continuous to discrete. You see here, you guys not able to see the options to change. Okay, but as we discussed earlier, how we can change dimensions from measures to dimensions. Now as we discussed the customer ID, right? The sorry, yeah, row ID. So how to convert this field as a measure. Now if you click on this, you can see convert to a continuous, convert to a measure. Now let's click on convert to a measure. Once you'll click on measure, now row ID is available under measures. It is not available in dimensions. If you want to convert this product name into, see here, there is a no continuous option, but you can convert this one into a measure. Once you will convert into a measure, now you guys can say this also become continuous field. Now what I am going to do is I am going to remove this 2 and I am going to drag this one. Now what it will do means it will give count of the product name. So now it is also continuous field, but we don't have an option directly. See, now let me drag this region again. Now we don't have option directly to convert this one into a continuous, right? For example, if you select minimum or maximum, what will happen? It will show the maximum region. So how it is treating maximum region? Based on the data west. So means it is alphabetical order, right? Minimum means it will show central, means C will come first. North, south, east, west we are having. C will come first. So that's why it is showing C. So to convert any dimension into a measure, we have an option directly. You can go here and you can convert into a measure. Then you can drag it. It will also a continuous field. Now if you want to convert to measure dimension, then let's go on, click on dimension. Now it is a dimension. Now it is going to show individual data members, right? So this is all about continuous fields and discrete fields. Now we are going to show how we can organize your data in the data window. Okay, so what is the main purpose of organizing your data?
Now we will see what is the main difference. What is the main purpose of organizing our data in the data window? See, actually here you are having lot of columns, right? But see, whenever you are working in real-time scenarios, you may be having more than like 50-60 columns. In this situation, it is very difficult. You have an option to search, but for better understanding purpose, that is your wish, whether you want to organize or not, whether you want to organize or do not organize. So that is up to you, but just we are having an option to organize our data also. Okay, you can search. See, for example, if you want to search for any column, if you are having a lot of columns, you can search like, see, this way you can search it, so automatically the columns will appear here. Okay, now I am going to show how we can organize the data here. For example, I want to keep all the date fields into a one folder. I am going to create a folders here. Now, how to create a folder? Now I am going to select order date or anyone. Let's create on it. Let's right click on it and go to group by option. Then see, now the option by default option selected as a data source table means in whichever the format we are having in the data source, same order this fields is available here. So if I want to, if you will click on folder, it will create a one folder. It will, why it is not asking here? Okay, let me click on it. Group by, oh, folder is create. Okay, first we have to create a folder. See, after this selection group by, it has it, the option is selected folder. Now folders option is enabled. Now once you will click on create folder, it will open up one window where we can give our folder name. Here I am going to give date columns. Let's click on OK. Now you can see here date columns one option is there. Automatically postal code went to there, but if you don't want, right, just you can drag and drop it outside of this. Okay, sorry, cancel. Let's right click on it, just remove from folder. I have removed, but this date folder is empty now. So if you want to add the date columns into that folder, right, what you have to do is you have to drag this order date and you can place on top of it. Now you can see order date is moved to the date columns folder. Now I am going to add this one also. Right click, another way you can drag and drop, or you can right click on this and folder, add to folder and date columns. So now this also available in date columns folder. Now see, whichever the date columns you are having, you guys can able to do. Now I am going to create another folder to move all the geographic fields. Let's go to folders and create a folder. Now I am going to give geo. Let's click on OK. Now this is available. Now I am going to drag country, and if you want to drag more columns at a time, so you can hold the control key and select the columns and you can drag and drop it. Now see, 4 columns available. So this way you guys can organize your data. So this is the way we can organize. So the main purpose of organizing data is like to work easily. If you know, if you organize your data, then easily you come to know, okay, this column will be available under this section, under this folder. So this way you can organize. It is up to you guys whether you want to organize the data or not. Okay, this is all about organizing our data. You can create as many as folders you require. There is a no limit for creating folders also. Okay, now we are going to see hierarchies, how we can create a hierarchies. So what is I mean by hierarchy here? Hierarchy is like from top level to lower level. Now I am going to give you one sample example. Like, so the example is like, this is a Andhra Pradesh police hierarchy. See the hierarchy of Andhra Pradesh police. Here you can see the higher position in the police department is like DG, DIG. So now after that, additional Director General of Police, Inspector General of Police, and DIG, Superintendent of Police, SP, and additional sub inspector and deputy sub inspector, inspector, sub inspector, assistant sub inspector, head constable, and constable. This is the hierarchy from high to low. Right? You guys are clear, right? Hierarchy means the from high level to low level. Now in Tableau also we can create a hierarchies from high level to low level. How you want to display the data means how you want to go to granular level in the database. Now let's see one example. Now what I am going to do is I am going to create a one report. Here what I am going to do is like, okay, I am going to drag a region. Okay, now here what I am going to do is I am going to drag a country. Okay, we are having only one country, so that's why it is showing like city and state, right? So sorry, under states city will come. Okay, now so this is the hierarchy, means first region will come, then country, then state, and then city. Okay, so this is the hierarchy from higher level to lower level. Now I am going to drag a profit. Now let's, okay, I have a profit, I am going to sort this one. Yeah, this is the profit. Now here the client requirement is like, first I want to see the region wise profit, means in each region what is the profit amount. If still he want the granular data, means lower level data, means from region to he want to switch into a country level, so then he need an option to go to second level, from second level to third level to fourth level, means this is a granularity of your data. So this, in this case, what we have to do is we have to create a hierarchies, means by using the hierarchies we can give the flexibility to the end user from move from one level to another level, right? So now we are going to learn how we can create a hierarchies. Now to create a hierarchies, before that you have to know the levels. So as you know, right, this is easy way, like region, country, state, city, we know, and also date also, you know, year, months, week, day, you know, hours, like that, right? But in real time, right, the business flow you should have to know. We know these things, but in business they might be having different dimensions, which is in a hierarchical format. So you have to know the dimensions which will come under what. So based on that, you guys are going to create a hierarchies, but the process of creating a hierarchies is same for everything, right? Now we'll learn how to create a hierarchies. Now what I am going to do is I am going to click on region, because this is the highest level. Now hierarchies, create a hierarchy. Now region, so you have to give a name for this. Now what I am going to give a name as a location. I'm clicking on OK. Once you're clicking on OK, now you guys can see this is a hierarchical symbol, means the hierarchy will represents with this symbol. Now we have created a hierarchy, but in this hierarchy I am having only region. So what you have to do, you have to drag the other dimensions into your hierarchy. Now I am going to drag all these things into my hierarchy. I have selected all the dimensions and I am dragging into this hierarchy. Once you will drag this into hierarchy, now you guys can see, okay, it's not came correctly. One second. So what I will do is I will add all these four columns into a hierarchy, add to hierarchy. Now you guys can see here we have a hierarchy, right? If you see this folder is empty now, because the same columns we are using in a hierarchy level, right? So you can create another folder which you can keep all these hierarchies into this folder. Now see, all these hierarchy went to this folder. Okay, now see, now it is not in a proper order, right? So if you want to arrange in a proper order, otherwise what will happen is like, now let me remove these fields. Okay, now I am going to remove these fields. Now I am going to drag this region, location. If you drag location, see, now region will come faster under, see, first region, because this is a, in this hierarchy the first dimension is a region. Once you will click on it, it will go to city, means second dimension is a city. If you click on city, it will go to again country. Actually what should happen, country should come first, then city, right? So again, once you will click on city, then it will go to postal code. Once you will click on postal code, it is going to state. The format is, it is not organized in a level wise. So you have to keep it as level wise. So after region, I am going to keep country. So how to do it? You can drag this country, and once you will see the line, right? So you have to drop it there. And after that, state, you have to keep it above the city, then city and the postal code. Now you can see it is not organized properly, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to remove this one. Again, I am going to drag this one into here. Now once you will click on this plus symbol, now country came. Once you will click on state, from state to city, city to postal code. Now the purpose here is like, from higher level to lower granular level data, the end user, business user can see the data. Here region is a high level dimension. This is the sales of region wise. If you want to see the country wise, then he can click on this plus symbol, means drill down. We will call it as a drill down. Means to enable drill down or drill up, we have to use the hierarchies. If hierarchy is created, then only drill down and drill up options will be available for the business user, right? So we have created hierarchies. That's why we can able to see this plus symbol. See, this is a drill down. Once you will click on plus, this is a drill down options. If you want to come drill up, means if you want to see till the country, just you can click on this minus symbol. Once you can see the data at country level. Each and every region, what are the countries is there, what is the profit from each the country. And if you want to see the region wise profit, then you have to again drill up one more step. So this, now it is showing the region wise profit. Guys, this is about hierarchies, how we can create a hierarchies. Thank you guys, thanks for watching. If whoever not yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and inform your friends whoever willing to learn the Tableau. Thank you friends, thanks for watching my video. All the best.